Hey everyone, Dotco here. A friend of mine asked me to join him for some Duo 500s after the TOA changes from Summer Sweep Up Part 1, and on our very first drop, I ended up missing my last raids pet. I didn't have much time to grind them though, because we had a big clan event coming up, the EU vs NA tile race. The event was a blast. We got ahead early at the Zorua tile, which was an EHB tile, but then we hit a roadblock. A tile requiring either a harmonized, eldritch or a volatile orb from Fasani. We went nearly 5 times the drop rate without seeing a single orb, which gave NA enough time to catch up and even overtake us. I managed to get my 5th Inquisitor's Hallberg, which was a bit of a bummer, since I'm still missing the helm and plate skirt from that table. Once we finally cleared the orb tile, we had only a few hours left to pull a mega rare from any raids to secure the win. NA decided to claim other tiles to have more completed by the end, so TOA 8s were our best shot. We managed to snag a few purples in the closing hours, but the time we lost at Fasani ultimately cost us the event. Big thanks to Lock Chasers for organizing such a fun competition, GG to NA for taking the win, and GG to every EU member for showing up, hanging out on Discord and giving it their all. After the event was over, it was time to set up the AFK method at King Black Dragon that I first saw in Wizzy's video. I will link his video in the description. After making a few small tweaks, this is my optimal setup for almost fully AFKing through 4 extended anti-fire potions. This clip was recorded before the Doom boss release, so nowadays I would swap the boots and gloves for the new best in slot pieces. The method is straightforward, just make sure you're potted up, because without anti-fire you will most certainly die. Other than that, you just have to stand on the tile you can see in my video, and then it's pretty much full AFK. For resupplying, if you're a main, you can use an ult to bring you supplies, otherwise you have a few options. You can either let King Black Dragon kill you, then run back with supplies to avoid risking gear in the wilderness, or you can use the gravestone method from Wizzy's guide for a completely risk-free resupply, but make sure to use public instance. Or you can be like me and you can teleport and run back with your full setup, but be prepared to log out quickly and stay alert. PKers here, hi Eliop and Psych, are insanely good at scouting various banks, and if they catch you without food, you are most certainly dead, since they will teleblock you anyway. With this setup you can only use melee protect, so your prayer lasts the entire trip, and the angler you see in my inventory was supposed to be another super restore, so we are not gonna talk about that. Good luck hunting the pet. Another thing I want to showcase in this video is the new best AFK method for both the Heron pet and the Big Shark collection lock. If you watched my last video, you will remember the angler method. Well, this shark method is even better. The main difference is that sharks will cost you a bit more money to catch, but in my opinion, the time saved is absolutely worth it and it's much more smooth AFK experience. I will explain why in a second. I highly recommend using a fish barrel here, it makes the method even better. Also, make sure your shark lure is configured to consume 5 charges, that's the fastest way to catch sharks. With this setup, you can expect to hit the pet rate in roughly 80 hours if you're paying attention to spot changes, catching around 950 to 1000 sharks per hour. Here's why sharks are more AFK than anglers. A fresh shark spot lasts a minimum of 2.5 minutes and a maximum of 5 minutes before changing. Angler spots, on the other hand, can disappear anytime before the 8-minute mark, making them far less predictable. To make it even more laid back, use the NPC Idle Timers plugin. This lets you track when fishing spots change, so don't waste clicks on spots that are about to despawn. The setup of this plugin is a bit janky though. First, install the plugin from Plugin Hub, then restart Runelight, then you have to configure it like I show on screen on the picture, and then you have to restart Runelight again. After the second restart, any new fishing spot will show a timer as long as it was visible when it spawned, letting you know exactly which one will last the longest, perfect for maximum AFK fishing. Hope you guys are gonna spoon this one as well. Good luck for getting the Heron. Today we got one of the biggest clue changes yet. Stackable clues. I have no idea why they decided to add collection log slots for these, but here's how it works. Hitting certain clue milestones increases your storage limit up to 5 clue scroll boxes of each tier. At max, you can hold either 5 boxes or 1 clue scroll plus 4 boxes. I haven't really been focusing on elites, so I'm still missing the final upgrade there. The good news though? If you're holding onto a specific elite Sherlock step to make elites smoother, you no longer have to drop it on the ground and risk losing it just to pick up another clue. You can now bank it until you hit the scroll box limit. I'm currently holding onto the one where you have to burn a U-log, but there are better ones, like the one where you have to equip a dragon scimitar, or when you have to turn on chivalry, which is the best one there is. This makes clues in general a lot more convenient. You can still open boxes and drop clues on the ground for an hour, or just batch them in sets of 5 as you collect them. It also makes moving clue piles from Slayer tasks a lot more enjoyable. I was hoping the scrollbox limit would be a bit higher for the lower tiers, but since I'm already done with beginners, easies and mediums, it doesn't impact me that much. With the last elite upgrade still missing, I'm heading straight to Barrows to slowly chip away at the elite KC requirement while also making progress on a few bossing collection logs. After collecting 3 elite crew scroll boxes, I hit my limit and went to complete them. One of the steps turned out to be an emote clue requiring a farmer's hat. I figured that after all the tide farm changes, this was a good enough reason to head over there and finally greenlog it. First, I grabbed the Gricolor scan to make the tide farm runs more chill. Then I farmed enough points to buy everything I needed for the greenlog. For some reason, the collection log shows that I have 2 full sets. No idea why, but I'm not going to question it. And here I am back at King Black Dragon with some KC updates. There it is, Prince Black Dragon, and with it, the KBD is now complete, since I'll be getting the Draconic Visage elsewhere. This was actually only my second kill of the day, right after setting up the AFK spot. And of course, can't forget to delete the bank tag. After the menagerie you go for the rest of your days, Prince Black Dragon. I didn't want to start anything too big before Varlamore 3 update and the Doom boss, so I decided to give Hunter Rumours a shot. Since I'm missing all 3 pets, I set up my block list as follows, and used Techo to complete Hunter Rumours with back-to-back tasks always enabled. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as in the picture, any of the combinations will work, but you need to block each highlighted task. If you get quests in early, switch your Rumours to use Akko's task list for the fastest Hunter Rumours per hour. If you go with Akko's setup, Only turn on the back-to-back task when you have one of the KBD tasks, otherwise keep it off. With that short introduction out of the way, let's just go straight to completing the Hunter Rumours. There was a bit of foreshadowing when I mentioned getting quets in early and needing to readjust the block list, because I actually spawned this pet right after my block list was set up to hunt all 3 pets. Since I got quets in so quickly, I decided to redo my block list for the fastest Rumours per hour, aiming to greenlock this content ASAP and save the other 2 pets for the future. Also, don't mind the clue opening in the background, I decided to clean up the bank before the bigger update later this month. We are gonna pretend that I just didn't forget to press the record button. I got the boots as the final piece of the set for the green log in just 163 Rumours, finishing this collection log just 2 days before Varlamore Part 3 was released. This video was a bit delayed because I was on vacation, hiking and camping with my dog Zoe in the northern part of the Czech Republic for around 9 days. I visited several spots, but Adrspach rocks were definitely one of the best. If you love nature, I highly recommend checking it out. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe so you don't miss when I delve deep into the ruins of Mokayotl to fight, in my opinion, one of the best bosses OSRS has ever received, the Doom of Mokayotl. Until the next collection log, see ya!